Time is one of the most fascinating phenomena in our universe. You can see it in the rise and fall of civilizations, the birth and death of stars, and the change of seasons. And at every moment, we are completely at its mercy. But what if that wasn't the case? What if we could control time? Welcome to my channel. And today, let's find out what would happen if we stopped time. Imagine you're standing in a bustling city center with cars honking, people chatting, and birds tweeting. It's just another busy day in your life, but then suddenly something strange happens. The motion of everything around you seems to freeze. Cars are suspended mid-honk, conversations abruptly cut off, and the birds' songs are frozen in mid-air. You blink and wonder if you've gone crazy or perhaps stepped into an alternate dimension. But no, this is reality now. Time has stopped. At first, you might feel a sense of euphoria. Without the pressure of deadlines, appointments, or traffic jams, life seems like a playground where you're the only one who can move. You might dance down the street, walk through closed doors, or enjoy a meal that magically appears on a restaurant table without having to wait for a waiter. The city becomes your oyster. But as the hours turn into days, the thrill of being the only moving object in a frozen world starts to fade. Now you're faced with a sobering truth. If time has stopped for everyone and everything, then so has all movement. And since you don't have superpowers, you're not immune to the laws of physics. So you can't fly or teleport or pass through solid objects, and pretty soon you'll be very hungry because you can't prepare food. There's no way to cook anything, and even if you had enough canned food to sustain yourself, you'd eventually get thirsty because there's no water flowing through the taps. So you need to use your time wisely if you're going to survive. And while you might have initially reveled in your newfound freedom, the stark reality of your situation may start to make you pine for the good old days when the clock was ticking and the world was in motion. As time stands still, the impact goes beyond just your immediate surroundings. Global systems that rely on timekeeping cease to function. Stock markets hang in suspense, planes hover in the sky, and heartbeats echo the silence. The earth itself seems to hold its breath. In the frozen stillness, you realize just how intricately woven our lives are with the passage of time. The sun's journey across the sky dictates our days and nights. The Earth's rotation on its axis orchestrates the ebb and flow of human activity. Even the motion of the tides is locked in a timeless dance with the gravitational pull of the moon and the Earth. Every aspect of life, from the smallest heartbeat to the grandest global event, is choreographed by the relentless rhythm of time. So, what would happen if we were to hit pause on this cosmic ballet? The consequences would be nothing short of catastrophic. On a smaller scale, the lack of time would mean no more growth. Plants would stop producing food, economies would grind to a halt, and human bodies would stop repairing themselves. On a larger scale, the Earth's rotation on its axis would cease, throwing the planet into eternal darkness or blinding daylight. The sun, unaffected by our temporal standstill, would continue its celestial journey, casting the Earth in an unending cycle of scorching heat and frigid cold. The moon's gravitational influence would also persist, leaving one side of the Earth perpetually inundated while the other parched under a merciless sun. But here's the paradox. In this timeless void, time would actually be passing, albeit unnoticed by us. Without the passage of time to measure it, we'd have no way of knowing that years, decades, or even centuries were slipping by. This concept echoes the famous quote, "If a tree falls in a forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it make a sound?" In the absence of time, does time still exist? While our world is thrown into chaos, you might be feeling rather pleased with yourself. After all, you're the only one who seems to be in control. Time might have stopped for everyone else, but you're not bound by its rules. For now, you're immortal. However, this state of affairs can't last forever, and eventually you'll need to catch up on sleep, eat, and drink. And unless you want to spend the rest of your existence alone in an abandoned city, you'll need to find others. The task ahead is daunting. How do you find anyone in a world where all sounds have frozen and people are literally stuck in their tracks? The answer lies in the very essence of timelessness. Because if time has truly stopped, then so has the decay of organic matter. No body will decompose, no food will spoil. Everything remains exactly as it was when time was still ticking. So, your best chance of finding someone is to track down a large group of people. A crowded subway train, a packed sports stadium, or even a busy shopping mall could harbor survivors. But the question remains, how do you alert them to your presence without making a sound? You might try knocking over an object or writing a message on the pavement. But your hopes of being understood are slim. They're likely to be greeted with confusion, or worse, hostility. You might consider venturing outdoors, where the stillness would be even more profound. The wind won't carry your cries and the birds won't respond to your calls. Nature's symphony is silenced, leaving you in a world without sound or movement. The tranquility is eerie, amplifying the feeling of isolation. You're truly alone. It's a chilling thought, yet it holds a profound truth. In a world where time stops, connection ceases. Communication is the lifeline of human interaction. But without the passage of time as a common denominator, meaningful connection becomes impossible. You're left in a silent world, surrounded by the ghosts of a world that once was. As time stands still, you realize that you're not just frozen in place, you're suspended in a timeless bubble, cut off from the universe. All around you, the world decays. Plants wither, animals die, and the Earth's natural processes grind to a halt. Without the cycle of birth and death, the Earth itself begins to die. Yet within this silent tomb, a strange phenomenon occurs. Stars continue to shine, galaxies rotate, and the cosmos unfolds as if oblivious to the temporal paralysis on Earth. You're trapped in a liminal space between existence and non-existence, watching the universe play out its drama while you're locked in an eternal present. Your thoughts turn to the vast expanse of space, wondering if there's anyone out there who hasn't been affected by this timeless stasis. Are there worlds where time continues to flow normally? Do other intelligent beings navigate the corridors of their own universes, blissfully unaware of the stillness that has befallen our world? Or are they too suspended in a similar timeless void? As you ponder these existential questions, you realize that even in the face of such cosmic indifference, the human spirit yearns for connection. You send out messages into the silent void, hoping against hope that they'll reach out and touch someone, anyone in the endless expanse of space-time. But your pleas echo unanswered, lost in the stillness of a dead universe. In the end, you're left with the chilling realization that in a universe where time stops, so does everything else, including hope. Trapped in a silent, decaying world, you become the ultimate castaway, an immortal being in a dying universe. Perhaps the true horror of time stopping is not the loss of life or the decay of the world around you, but the haunting silence that pervades everything. In a universe devoid of sound, you're truly alone, cut off from the symphony of existence, left to contemplate the silence at the heart of a dead universe. In the quiet contemplation of your timeless prison, you come to understand that our perception of time is not just a tick-tock on the clock, but the very essence of our existence. The forward march of time is what gives meaning to our lives, setting the stage for our joys and sorrows, triumphs and defeats. Without it, we're adrift in an ocean of eternity, unable to connect, unable to grow, and ultimately unable to exist. So, as you sit amidst the ruins of a timeless world, you realize that the true value of time is not merely in its passage, but in the connections, experiences, and moments that it allows us to create. It's a lesson learned in the most profound and haunting way imaginable, the silence of a dead universe. If you found this video thought-provoking, please don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your comments help us understand how people think about time and the hypothetical situations that challenge those perspectives. Also, before you go, remember to subscribe.